So I just got kicked out of my early access account after playing for about 12 hours trying to do a late game full Paragon video, and instead of dwelling on that, I've decided to just jump on another random account and just play a game for you guys. So I'm on a 69 level account for you guys. Woohoo! And I just wanted to play a game on chimps. Actually, I take it back. I want to play on Unboppable because I don't have chimps unlocked just yet. So I figured this would be a kind of fun one for us because it's going to be Unboppable, but it's going to be without very much monkey knowledge, if any monkey knowledge. Do I even have any unlocked? Let's go check. Oh yeah, I mean I got a few here and there, 9, 7, 9, but most of it's not there. It's hard to go wrong with a nice Buccaneer start here, but of course, because we're playing with only one life, we got to play it kind of safe here, so I got a dart monkey just sitting in the back to make sure nothing is going to sneak through my defense. But as soon as I possibly can, I want to get my hero going so I can get some free experience. Alright, so we're going to pick a Gwendolyn today for our hero, and there's nothing really too special about here besides that she's a free hero, and I don't have very many heroes unlocked on this account. And what I want to try to show off for you guys is a couple really cool combos that I think people are just not using enough. Specifically on any sort of water map where you've got just a small puddle is good enough to make this work for you. But if you've got more water, I don't know if it's necessarily going to make it better, but it makes it more I want to say more optionable, but that's just not the case. It's not more optionable. That doesn't sound right at all. I guess it kind of makes sense if you're like playing football and you're like, this ball is optionable because I can option it multiple times or to multiple different people at the same time. That'd be pretty cool. Don't know what an option is. It's kind of like when you lateral it sort of backwards, right? So, or it's like a play that involves that. So anyways, we're going to make sure, no matter what. Oh crap, I don't have enough money yet. All right, we're gonna do something weird here. We're gonna sell this guy. We're gonna make this freaking happen. I want this. All right, we're gonna want this for round 28 because this gives us so much money. It's gonna give us a bunch of money on 28, then a bunch of money on 30, and then of course a bunch of money on 37 and 38. And for the rest of the game, we like money. So we can rebuy things now if we want to, but I think I'm just gonna say screw it. We did our job there. We don't need it anymore. Let's start swapping to something else. It's going to be better, cooler, more fantastic for us. Oh, look at this money. Oh, look at this money. It feels so good. You know what? It feels so good that I think I'm just going to jump to it. Rubber to gold, dude. I mean, this is kind of early and kind of scary to spend this much money on something that's not going to generate cash right away. But I still think it's probably worth it for us because I can still afford a fire plane for around 40, and I might even be able to afford a destroyer for around 40. And if we can do that, game, set, match, no problemo. If we can't afford that, we might have to pop something in the back here to make sure we're going to survive, but I don't know what that's going to be yet. I'm really hoping I just afford a destroyer here. That's what I'm really hoping for. It's going to be pretty close here, but no, we can't afford a destroyer. Okay, so we're going to go hot shot. I'm just going to use Gwendolyn's ability, and I think with her ability we should be all right. So let's just throw this down a little on the early side here. Let him burn, and bam, we take him down. See, that's the power of abilities. That's JB's style here. So kind of a weird question for you guys. Now this is kind of out of nowhere, out of left field, kind of like out of like the backfield, you know, where like balls shouldn't be coming from. But what is the most this guy kind of reminds me of like some sort of bird, right? Like a flying death bird is what I'm thinking of, you know, shooting bombs out and crap. So my question to you is, what do you think is the most BA? All right, I can't say the words for fear of possibly getting demonetized, but the most BA, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the comments. I'm sure some people will hook you up. The BA, and I want to say bird. I want to say the most BA flyer in the history of the world. And I say the history of the world because I mean things that are currently extinct as well. You might be thinking, well, Chris, what the heck is flies that used to be extinct? Well, I mean, first of all, like pterosaurs. All right, I mean, like a lot of people think pterodactyls, but it's actually like pterosaurs are like a broader version of a pterodactyl, basically. So you can think about any sort of pterosaur that you want to. You think about kind of prehistoric birds as well, like velociraptors, believe it or not, probably were able to fly or at least glide at some point in their life. They basically kind of like turned into birds or evolved into birds, sort of. Or they had feathers on them. It's I'm not exactly an expert or anything like that, but I will say that if you argued that it was a bird, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. That's good enough. Good enough for me. Dinosaur bird, kind of like a mixed combo there. Sure, why the heck not? But anything else? If you just by any chance know of any sort of other weird birds that just kind of existed like 12 million years ago that don't exist now, like cool, that's fine. But it also could be a bird that lives right now. I mean, go wherever you want to. I don't even care if it's an ostrich. If that's your favorite bird, I mean, I don't consider him a flyer or anything like that, but if you just want to be like, bro, I want to include him in this list, I will not argue with you. All right, we're going to try to be open here. Be loving to each other and everything. But anyways, what do you think is the most be a flyer in the history of the world of Earth. And I gotta go with, I think, the biggest that has ever existed. I don't know the exact name for it, but it's like I'm gonna look it up before I get it wrong. Before I go with the name here, that I'm gonna probably butcher this thing, but I'm gonna try for you anyways. We're gonna get the carrier flagship. Now, this is the key to almost, like, 90% of maps here. 90% of strategies. If you guys are unsure about what to buy, the easiest, best answer to go for is just get a carrier flagship. The only issue with carrier flagship is it does not have automatic cam detection if you went for a hotshot earlier, which leads a lot of players to usually go carrier flagship with the bottom path if you don't need early game popping power. If you do need early game popping power and you don't have cam detection, there's a couple easy solutions. So you can either just go for something that has decamization, like the sub here. You can go for a nuclear reactor or something, or you can even go for something a little bit weirder here, like a shimmer or an unpopped army, kind of in the fronter part of the map, which is not a horrible idea. It's just not usually the optimal idea. We can still kind of throw this guy in the back a little bit further, just let him still pop some stuff and get some crap all over the place. But check this out. This is round 63. This guy's not really designed to pop tons of balloons. He's designed to pop kind of a little bit of everything, more than anything. But watch round 63, and watch how easily this thing's going to go down. And watch how much money we're going to make off of... Oh, no. Oh, no. Our rubber to gold is popping the lead balloons. No, carrier flagship, stop it. All right, take it back. This combo's not that fantastic. But any which way, we've got a super-powered, Gwendolyn-powered carrier flagship, but that's not where we want to end. We want to go further. We want to go deeper with this combo. And there's one other tower that I think you really need to think about using in combination with this guy. And because I'm talking about flyers, I want to go for the biggest. No, not the biggest. This is probably the second biggest. The second biggest flyer. We're going to go for Sky Shredder. It's 50k. I don't have the monkey knowledge to make this guy cheaper and better, but I do still like Sky Shredders. So that's what I'm going to go for. Now, in the meantime here, I've got a little bit of money, and I got a lot of time to save up, so we're going to go for just some low-level banana farms. Probably like a Central Mark or something like that while we save up. But Carrier Flagship is going to carry us all the way through round 80, no problem. And then even into the 80s, it shouldn't be too hard to carry us for a little bit here. But if we need to pop down something, we can. But... let's finish off my flyer thing once we get to some tougher rounds, maybe 75 or something like that. All right, we're finally getting into some somewhat difficult rounds here, round 77 and beyond, but carrier flagship still kind of dominating. If we do run into any issues right now, I think we can easily just throw down Gwendolyn's abilities and probably survive. Round 80 is probably a little bit more difficult for us, but I'm still not super afraid. And I don't know. I think we're just probably good here. But the reason why these guys go so well together is because Carrier Flagship, believe it or not, also buffs, specifically Monkey Aces. So if we get some nice 5th tier Monkey Aces to combine together with our Carrier Flagship, it makes them that much more powerful. If we put him in the front of the map here, he's doing a ton of extra damage, so it just kind of works. It's kind of a weird situation that just frickin' works, dude. So that's what we're gonna do. Anyways, the most majestic and gigantic flyer of all time. You guys know I'm a big fan of science, and I think science is obviously doing the scientific method to learn things, but science to me is also just knowing things that are scientific. Things that we figured out using science is also science, because then you can use that science to figure out other science things. And I think a lot of people kind of underestimate that fact, or that logical jump in steps of conclusions and all that crap. So, anyways... Dinosaurs are another thing that's like, technically they're kind of science. You know, like the only reason we know about dinosaurs is because of science. Because people have dug up these weird rock things, and not only have they dug up these weird rock things, they've studied these rock things, tried to combine them together, and actually make sense of them in a reasonable and logical way. And that's just freaking cool. You know, it's like, how the heck did we know what happened 65 plus million years ago? 200 million ago, 300 million years ago, dude. It's kind of ridiculous. But... We have figured out a lot of this stuff. Not everything, of course, not everything. That's why there's still a lot of gaps in evolution and all that stuff, but a lot of the stuff's been figured out. And one of the coolest animals of all time, in my opinion, is the Quetzalcoatlus, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing properly. It's not the same thing as the, like, Mayan, I think it's the Mayan or the Incan, like, god of flying. It's very similar, though. I think it was named after this. But... It's basically a giant pterosaur. All right? And this thing was a monster. Let me just be honest with you. He was a freaking monster. Let me look at this wingspan here. Hold on. I just read it and I lost it. Wingspan. Oh my god. Over 10 meters. 33 feet wingspan. What? Dude. I mean, like, if you're, like, in a house right now, like, a normal room is, like, 15 feet or so. usually even less than that. Like a big living room is like usually a big living room is about 20 feet. And a smaller living room is like 15 feet, maybe even smaller. Dude, can you imagine 2 of your living rooms next to each other? Is that thing's wingspan? And then they've got a huge long neck and a giant head with like a huge beak coming out of it. I don't even want to call it a beak because it's not really a bird, but it's like, it is like a beak kind of thing. Beak mouth thing. And this thing's freaking huge, dude. And they were flying around. They were just flying around. I honestly would be afraid to fight one of these things. Like, you know, like some people are like, oh, I could take a bear, or I could take a lion. Like, well, first of all, no, you can't. But you know, maybe. You know, maybe SJB could take a lion. The lion was really sick. I had some sort of gigantic sword or something. Sure, I could probably take them. But hand on hand, or giant claws on hand combat, probably not gonna do very well against a lion or a bear, right? But this thing, it's not even like you have a chance to fight it. It's just kind of like, well, can you escape? Can you run faster than something can fly? No, okay, you're dead. Well, I'm sorry. It killed you. You're dead. How does it make you feel? It's probably upsetting for a lot of people out there in the world, but it's just kind of the truth. All right, so what do we do at this point? Well, this is where you can get a little funky or a little fresh. If you made enough money to make anything cool happen here, you can go for some big boys. You know, super monkeys, mortars, dartling guns, heli pilots, whatever the heck you want to go for. You can even go for another monkey ace if you're feeling spicy, which actually, I'm not feeling spicy. I don't want to do that. I want to go for something that's actually going to be even more powerful. Oh, I really, really like this combo. It's one of my favorites in the game. It's kind of expensive, and I don't even know if we're going to get it right in time here, but I want to go for a mad. All right, so I'm going to need probably like 2 or 3 more rounds to save up, and I got 20 grand saved up over here, so about 52. Yeah, we're actually really close already. Cool thing is this guy's actually not that bad of a tower by himself. Like, do not underestimate a Rocket Storm and his ability to do stuff. Ooh, round 95. So, like I said, it doesn't really matter too much what you build after this. Just kind of build some fun stuff. In fact, a pod would not be a bad idea. Just anything you want to build. Just build it. Sky Shredder pops pretty much all the MOABs. Flagship Carrier cleans up pretty much all the balloons. And of course, they both kind of help each other with anything else that's going to be leaked through because they do global damage, bro. Global damage. All right, it's running around 96 right now, so we're going to go boink and boink. The only thing that you're probably going to move against is the bad. And I'll be straight with you. You got to have something for the bad. So if you're really, really worried you don't have enough money for a mad, go for something that's spike factory. But if not, use this combo. It is legit super duper duper good. And then with this mad, you can tell it's kind of absurdly good. Like why is it so unbelievably powerful here? It's kind of ridiculous. In fact, we didn't even use our mad ability here yet, but now we're gonna do it. We're gonna use our mad ability and just watch everything get killed. All right, we got a bunch of money left over here too, but it just don't matter at this point. We're gonna easily walk through this thing and just take them all down. So I'm so sorry that I know there's a big update probably coming out in the next 24 hours or so. No guarantees on that, but probably the next 24 hours or so. Maybe even the next hour. Maybe by the time this video comes out. I don't know if the update is going to be out. But for right now, this is the video that I had to make because my other video is been garbageified. But if you guys enjoyed, please press that like button, please subscribe, and please have a super duper delicious day.